What is it like being a Jamaican in the Netherlands? Hi, I'm Xavier Murphy, founder of Jamaicans.com, and today I talk to Alek Gerring, a Jamaican that's living in the Netherlands. Hi, Alek, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you? Well, I'm good because the weather is nice today. So I'm doing good. Yeah, man,
I'm doing good.
we
I'm
have
doing
sunshine today. You good?
Yes, I'm good, and I'm so excited to have you on. You are well. We're going to get into some of this later. Let me get to some of the regular questions I ask before I dive into Miss Fashionista and working on a great project there. And so, all right. So the first question is,
I'm nervous. All right, all right.
you're good, man. You're good. The first question is this one: which part of Jamaica you come from?
All right. I would say two places to be honest, because I was born in Clarendon, but I grew up in Kingston, right? I grew up when my family first moved to Kingston, when my mother first, moved to Kingston, I was in Portmore. I'm going to even mention,
Wow.
I'm going to mention a name to you, and you're going even your heart are going to go pitter patter, Edgewater, right? Yeah, man,
Yes,
right? Yes.
and we're in Clarendon.
Petershill, Clarendon, way up in Woyoy, way close
I
to like behind Jesus' ears. Really, really up there. Beautiful though. When I say beautiful, beautiful, amazing, magical. Some of the animals and some of the butterfly, not animals, but butterflies and fauna that I grew up seeing. I don't really see it other places in Jamaica, to be honest. So it's really
wow.
nice. Yeah, man.
Wow. I have a lot of people from Clarendon here. If you have watched it, it seems like you have watched, so you know Clarendon is quite
Man, large.
Clarendon people seem like they're adventurers.
Yes, we are. To be honest, I am. I am. I was that kid that was always outside with my cousin them, who are mostly boys, climbing, scratch up, coach, coach. No more coach.
So here's my next question. Which school are you representing?
The Immaculate Conception High School for Girls. Whoop, whoop.
All right, go Immaculate.
Yeah, man, immaculate. May I represent for immaculate,
All right. So
Alma mater.
so my next question is this one. Tell us the story of how you got to the Netherlands.
Okay, no problem. I got hired on this job. I was doing some art direction for a music festival, and upon doing the art direction for the music festival, I ended up meeting my husband, right? And at the time when we met, we discussed, hey, you have to come back, come visit and see what it's like. Let's start dating, da 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 da. And then we started dating later on, and I came and visited and I liked it. And then I started to, come. Well, there was another trip. I came back and because I wanted to see what it was like in winter. Him not fool me, you know. You have to go in a winter because you have to see. You have to see that side of the country. Nah, fool me. So came in winter. It was really cold, and but it's because of love. Love
All
brought me
right.
here. In
All
love,
right. Love brought you here.
a Dutch boy, and been here since.
So, you talked about the festival, and I know when you and I spoke before we started the broadcast,
Yeah.
there is a project and you're organizing, you're doing things, and there's a project you're working on. Folks won't see it, but there's a flag in there. And tell us a little bit. If you want to show them, that's fine.
There's a flag.
There
There
is
it
the flag.
is.
All right.
This is
All right.
what we're working on. It's our space. It's basically like a creative hub that we're creating. We're also gonna be having a Jamaican restaurant. There's a downstairs, as you can see down there. That's where it's gonna have a radio station, and there's a upstairs. You can't see it from here, but where the light is,
Okay,
right? Now
right.
this area is gonna be for the kids. A tree house is gonna go right here, where
Okay.
I'm putting right
All
there.
right. So folks, you're getting an
So
early preview
very early.
Yeah. Very early, early.
and what is the project called?
Well, this space is called the Kingstonian. Right?
Wow,
The,
nice,
the
nice.
space called the King. You have a break. You can't leave out
The
yard.
culture.
You can't leave out yard. You can't. No matter where you go, you can't leave out yard. You know.
So
And
so when will the Kingstonian open?
we are looking to open the first week in October. In October for Dutch Design Week, right? Which is a major event. Dutch Design Week. It's huge. I'm
Okay.
nervous. It's huge. It's a huge deal. So
You're pushing towards that.
yeah, man, we're
And
pushing
his
towards
hobby
that.
right there. Come say hello now.
Come say hi, babe. Let me move over.
Hey, how are
Hi,
you? How you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing great. You're the reason she left Jamaica, so we had to see you.
Yeah. One of the reasons. The other one is in school right now.
Okay. Well, good, good. And congrats on your new project,
Thank
both of
you.
you,
Thank
you
you
know.
so
And I'm gonna have one question for you before I come back to Alek and leave Alek by and get Alek by herself. So in terms of Jamaican culture and marrying a Jamaican, what is one of the things that you loved about the Jamaican culture and marrying a Jamaican? What was one of the things you enjoyed?
much.
What I like about the Jamaican culture is for me what was the biggest eye opener was the whole food and agricultural culture and the entrepreneurship of Jamaicans. Like it's like the way Jamaica. It seems like every Jamaican has like is besides maybe in employment has a business as well, is an entrepreneur as well, which is very cool because I like it always seems like every Jamaican has some sort of side hustle. They like to
Yes,
actually,
yes,
and that's something I really appreciate in Jamaicans,
right.
uh, and the ingenuity is something that really, really really
Good.
stood out to me.
Good, good. Well, listen, I know I pulled you in right off the top. Thank you for joining us. And
You're
you take
welcome.
care.
I mean, he's here now, so if
Yeah. So
anything, yeah, he has no
if anything,
problem. So if
I'm
anything,
around.
Well, you could totally agree. I will. I see you want him in there, so we'll get him in the frame, and we're good.
if anything, we just go so
Yeah.
when you know.
Uh,
So I'm gonna move on to my next question, which actually I want to go back a little bit. You talked about the Dutch design event that's coming up.
Yeah.
And I remember when you and I first spoke, you did some modeling. So I remember even when I checked out your Instagram, you have pictures of
One
that.
sec, go on. Can you scratch your ears and them thing?
so you did some modeling
Yeah.
and talk to us a little bit about how did that happen? You know, you moved there. Were you did it happen by accident? Did it happen, intentionally? How did that start coming about?
Oh no. The thing is, I dived into modeling when I was a teenager. I was actually discovered in Jamaica. When I was in Portland, I was surfing and stuff with my family, and that's when I started. But after I graduated from Edna, right, I was still working as a model, going to Edna, and balancing. But after I graduated from Edna, you know, things. I wanted to study some more. And so I decided, let me take a break. Matter of fact, let me just ease off of the modeling for a bit. Then I
Okay.
became a mom, years passed, graduate, all these things, met my Dutch husband, and, I got pregnant, and I thought, Lord, now go back in a modeling. Yeah, I have so much to do. I mean, I'm an artist. I do this, so modeling was not in my peripheral at all. I
Okay.
was more taking pictures because I do
Ah,
photography. But
okay.
yeah, but some people kept me bucking up in me
Right.
and said, "You model?" I'm like, "No." Used to go, "Oh my God, you look like a model." Until I had a talk with my husband, and he's like, "But why not?" I'm like, "But babe, I just had a baby, and so." Like, yeah, you're right.
Well, good. Well, good.
No,
All right.
so
Well,
then I decided to do it, and then for me, luckily, I signed with a great agency, and it's been uphill from there. So
okay. Nice, nice. All right. So we're going to jump into some of the meat of this interview. And the first question in that series is, what are the Dutch people like? I mean, Jamaicans, you know how we are, hey, I tell you like it is, and I've heard this, and again, I'm not trying to stereotype. I hear,
man.
Europeans for the most part a little more reserved, takes a little while for them to get used to you and so on. So tell me a little bit about the Dutch people and your experience and what are they like?
The Dutch people are kind of there's like, I put it in three categories. There's the blunt ones who'll just say it like it is and just be straight up. Then then there are the ones that that will not want to hurt your feelings, so they you know. And then there are the others who they have a facade.
Okay.
May I be, I am being honest, as may I be honest.
All right.
But
And
most are very transparent. You
okay.
know, that's their culture is like that. With speaking with transparency, the culture is like that.
All right. And when you encounter someone and you say, "Listen, I'm from Jamaica," what is the first what do they say? What, give me one of your funny or one of your experiences when they say you're from Jamaica. What happens after that?
They love it, first of all, because they love Jamaica here. Love Jamaica and love Jamaicans. When I say love, I think love is an understatement.
Yo,
They,
Usain Bolt on TV like 24/7, yeah, like in
yeah,
commercial and like
love.
rerun of him races and
Usain, love the culture, love the
the
music. So when
music.
I say, hey, yeah, I'm from Jamaica, it's like, oh my God, really?
Yeah, man.
And questions. But the thing is, though, is that I think that there is still growth to be had. I think that, here and being here, this is one of the reasons why we wanted to open this space too. I don't think they know about Jamaica. I think
No.
it's still stuck back in the 1983 Air Jamaica commercial Duns River Falls era. You know what I mean?
Too many Europeans is still equivalent to reggae music.
Yeah. It's like,
Mm,
yeah. And as I said, that's why I wanted to create like a space where you can not just come and hang and eat and everything, but you can also learn about the culture. You can be educated about Jamaican music, about the agriculture, about Jamaican businesses, about, the people, the history. Because while they love Jamaican music and reggae and ratiti, that's not enough.
right.
Because more you know about me, if you don't know about my culture and you don't know what it truly is about, then I don't think you can even have the utmost respect for it. You're not
Right.
gonna respect it. You don't know. So that's, yeah.
All right. So onto language. Have you learned the language?
Ik spreek Engels and ik spreek Nederlands sometimes. I speak English and I speak Dutch sometimes. I'm still learning Dutch. My translation in regards to hearing is not as good as me reading and understanding. I can read and understand better than listening and understanding. And the reason for that is because you have different like you have the north and you have south, and it's two different dialects. So pronunciation is different, you know?
I see.
But,
I
so
see.
while me that I try learn the one little word, the person I pronounce it one way and this person I pronounce it the other way, and I'm like, so you have to take other words in the sentence in the couple seconds you have and put it together to say, wait, are that them mean? You know what I'm way there? That's what I'm doing.
All right. Well, I have something for you later, and you're going to have to you if you watch these videos, you know you're going to have to use the language later. So
No
we'll get to that.
problem.
We'll get to that. You mentioned music, so you're saying reggae is you hear reggae? Is it popular
Yeah.
there?
Yeah, man, reggae is very prevalent here. People love reggae music. I don't even want to even talk about Bob because you don't know mega waffle. But like with reggae, overall, their love for reggae stems mostly in vintage reggae. You know, with the reggae classics, the Barris, the Bunny Wailer, you know, the Dennis Brown, you know, that's the kind of the Toots and Maytals, like that's the kind of vibe.
I
Now,
see.
yeah, but may I try push like the Alex A game, the Black Hero, the Protege, the Leela
Yaksta.
IP, you know, the Yaksta, I'm trying, and with the help of my husband, of course, because this is like his forte, what we're talking about, the entertainment. But we want to try to, expand their minds so that they can understand that, look, Jamaican music and Jamaican culture has grown from them time there,
Right.
and there's so much more.
And evolved.
Evolved, yeah, man. And I think when we do that too, that these guys who are also up and coming, these guys who are also you know, popular in Jamaica and in the diaspora, will also be able to come here and go other places and perform even more places because more people will know about their
Right.
music.
Is
No?
there any I know in Europe there's like a big is it Sunsplash
Rotterdam?
No.
Rotan Suns
Rotterdam.
uh,
Rotterdam.
yes,
Sunsplash.
yes. And I don't know if there's any reggae music festival there in the Netherlands, or maybe you guys bring the first one there.
Sander, basically, he used to. I think this year was the first year in years that you guys didn't do Reggae Hill,
Yeah,
right?
since the corona, since the lockdown, but it's been around since 1979.
Yeah, they used to do Reggae Hill. It's been around from 1979, but pandemic. Um, he's also done. He's done major music festivals. You know.
Okay.
No, but
Sometimes,
there's like there's
sometimes
Reggae
he doesn't
Hill.
like me talking about what him do and thing because he gets like he's very humble, but I'm going with things, Major music festivals in Amsterdam, Burna Boy, Wizkid, Popcorn, Sasko. Oh, I big you up, babe. You
All
deserve
right.
it. So yeah, man. But
So maybe the first rendition, or when you bring back that reggae festival, will be in this space right here when you
yeah,
bring
I
it.
want to bring that vibe here, man.
No, but the festival, it's an outdoor festival for like it hosts for up to 70,000.
Oh yeah,
So it
the
Oh,
can fit in
okay.
there.
yeah the
Okay.
festival the festivals he does. Sorry, let me just Rewind, guys. The festivals he does, right? They're like 75,000 people, 50 odd thousand people, 80 odd thousand people. So that can go on in this space, but we can still do things. And in the future, depending on how things go with the pandemic,
Right.
figure out how we can navigate through that. Because we're
The
doing more,
launch.
yeah,
Can
nowadays
do
It's
we
the
just,
do.
launch.
it's
The
just
launch party with the guests and the artists. The launch party can be there, and then the festival on Sunday
Exactly.
or Saturday or whatever the case is.
Exactly. But
So
this place don't have vibes though, Weekends we're gonna have jerk chicken, jerk seafood, vegan food as well, drinks and beer.
but it's not only Jamaican artists, also Jamaican producers, like Jamaican retailers we want to bring in the mix, like
Can you hear
Jamaican.
him?
yes, I can hear him. I'd love to see him at times, but you push him out. You push him out of the window.
I'm so sorry. He said Jamaican producers as well, You can come to
Retailers, and like it's not just music, but also like there's so much like I said, there's so much entrepreneurship there, and
Right.
so much stuff that is produced there that over here is considered to be either luxurious or rare or hard to come by,
yeah.
because stuff like the crafts and the trades
Yeah.
is something that the Netherlands doesn't have anymore because everything is industrialized.
Yeah.
Ah,
He's
I see. I
Yeah, so
see.
we're gonna have that in this space too,
So
networking with Jamaican businesses and craftsmen and to make
great,
us, travel as well, get people to travel
great.
to Jamaica.
Good, good. I'm excited about the project. I can't wait for it to launch. I know we at Jamaicans.com will look to push out the announcements and so on. But
Yeah.
you mentioned food. So my question to you is this one. What is that one Dutch food that you would recommend if I was to visit? I've never visited the Netherlands. I've visited Europe before, and you're on my bucket list. And if I was to and you're gonna say Xavier or anyone, here is the one Dutch food I think you should try. What would that be?
I have a weakness for puffertures.
And sorry, what is
It's
that?
like puffertures are like these little tiny, it looks like, just imagine a pancake, but just this small, right? And you get like a pile of them. And then they put either powdered sugar, which I don't really do the sugar because, but the syrup and stuff on it. And it's just divine. Pastry is bread is on a different level. And I like Jamaica when we buy bread, we buy, Captain's Bakery or National and ting. Here there's like a wide range of choices. So that I enjoy because it expands your buds and it expands your meals as well, So I
Nice.
love that.
All right. So we have to try the bread when we get there. And what was the thing? Puff. What was that thing called?
Puffertures.
All right.
Puffertures.
Puppetures. All right.
Yeah.
So a little switch on the food thing now. So you're Jamaican food, and you mentioned you all are going to be doing like jerk chicken and other Jamaican dishes. How do you get your Jamaican items? Because it sounds like you're already cooking some of it there at home, maybe. Where do you
Yes.
get your items? Do you get them? You go to England, or is there like I hear a lot of African stores who carry some of our products. How do you get your items for the Jamaican food?
Okay, let me tell you, it's been a challenge. And because it's been a challenge, because from a move up here, I don't have like a network, say, here or, who I can sure ask, right? So what I've been doing is, well, what I've done, I asked in regards to, oh, sorry, I asked in regards to seasonings and stuff. So I have source for seasonings, but I have tailored dishes where I don't have to worry about certain things,
Okay.
Um, how should I say that? Like jerk chicken. If I order my jerk seasoning and stuff. But not for worry about the chicken, not for worry about certain veggies and stuff like that, you know.
Right.
So it's not I
You have
navigate through it, right?
navigated and tried
And
to figure it out.
exactly. And then I make it even more interesting by working with, because we're currently working and doing deals with the farmers and the farms in the community. So that not only will you have the dishes, right? But say, for example, because the other day there was a farm, they had an excess of cucumber, right? And we said, all right, no problem. We give it like a deal. We buy the cucumber and we'll put the cucumber in our meals. So then the meals came with extra like cucumber salads and stuff like that. And vegan, for the vegan dishes, we place cucumber within the menu as well. It solved both our problems. You
All right.
know, those are the things. Well,
We work out. All right. So you'll navigate.
don't expect me I'm not expecting either for go on one shop and can buy some cheese tricks, box juice, bulla.
England is there. England is
You
close
know,
by.
it has to
So
be from the UK. We have to order it
yes,
and then
it gets
yeah,
there.
yeah.
So in terms of customs, is there a custom that a Dutch custom that when you got there, you're like, this is interesting. You know, for some people I've heard of, marriage customs or when a child is born, or this is how you address your mother-in-law. This is how you
Yeah.
address. So is there a custom that you found when you got there that you said, this is an interesting or beautiful custom that you
Yes, when I first came and when people greeted, even though I'm used to the French with the kisses and stuff, it's like people greeted with three kisses, one, two, three. Sometimes it got confusing. But for me, from a touchdown, man, from the first visit, I say, me no know you and you no know me. I don't want you to kiss me and me nah go kiss you. Me no know you like that. Hmm? People
okay.
used to be like, it comes off rude. I'm like, no, it's not. Me Jamaican. We can't heal. Really? We can't heal. It's when people catch on, Xavier,
Yeah.
when pandemic, and you see everybody start kiss. And I was like, well, look at this. Look
Culture
at
change.
this. That was, yeah, but that for me was like, I got it, but it was just not natural for me because
Right.
it's a kiss, and Jamaicans, we heal and we,
Yes, fist bump.
or
Yeah.
heels are, well, go on, you're good. Uh, no,
So that leads me to another question. And I know we talked a little bit about language and a custom. What would you say is one of your biggest adjustments that you had to make living in the Netherlands? Could be weather, it could be, not getting access to, certain things.
the
What
food
are your big adjustments?
In the weather.
and the weather. The food and the weather, because I love spices. That's a one. So it took me a while to find the things that I wanted and needed.
No, but also like the food force, right?
Yeah,
The
thanks for saying that, babe. For example, I love my fruits. And going to buy fruits, it wasn't the same. My palate, it was different. Me not like force-ripe fruits or force-ripe mango. I don't like it.
it's just like
So
it's
those things
nothing.
are
It's
just
nothing compared to food in Jamaica.
yeah, and I got it the worst. You know why, Xavier? Because me a country girl. Me, when me love it, me throw sometimes me take the mango off of the ground. When you find the mango on the ground, and you knock down the mango, and maybe sometimes two all come down and say, yeah, man, that's me. So when I go into the supermarket and I look at the mango and I can tell, say, from 2 weeks ago, then pick the mango, my heart just sink, you
Oh, that's
know? I think I've actually bought food before and gotten home and think it's gonna taste a particular way because you're used to say for example you hear banana chips. right? We have the banana chips here. We don't even have it here. We left it. It's a good thing we leave it.
Yeah.
No, like banana chips, right? Something as simple as that. I'll go somewhere, buy banana chips, I reach home, I open it. It's not the same experience.
Mm.
And it has
It's
happened to
not
me.
chippies. It's not chippies.
Not chippies, not nothing. The only thing it would chip your teeth because it is so tough. It is so tough. Like, seriously, it is so tough. And I'm like,
Wow.
this is not the same experience. And I'm thinking this is why you have to wear, you have my nails. This is pigment, by the way, guys. My nails aren't dirty, it's pigment. But yeah, you have kids here who they don't know what it's like to eat certain healthy food. You know, them not
Mm.
know about some food, even though it's vegan or even though it have meat or whatever. Them not know about certain flavors. They think that if it's healthy, then it's not going to taste good, right? So I miss that. I
Wow.
miss that a
Wow.
lot. You know.
All right. Another question I have, because on fruits, maybe it's the prices are a little high there, the mango, whatever. Cost of living, and I know you can't compare. I really know it's difficult to compare.
This is what I do, by the way.
Okay.
This is what I do because I can't get the fruits. So I
Right.
buy fruit juices, the natural juices that have the mango and the stuff in there. So you have little of the, flavor. It's
I see.
but yeah,
So,
you're
so
saying
what's cost of living like?
it's what would you say? It's
And I know it's difficult
high.
here.
Okay. Straight up, I'm not even going to go around it. Housing, very expensive, right? You can if you're renting and stuff, you can find places definitely, right? Living in Eindhoven is it's also difficult to find spaces too because it's a very populated city, right? In regards to houses and just homes in the Netherlands in general, is expensive
There's a
because
housing shortage.
yeah, there's a housing shortage, just a lot of people, right? So housing is expensive, especially if you want to buy your own home or it's expensive, you
Okay.
know.
It's 80
So,
million people in a country the size of Jamaica. It's just a little bit bigger than Jamaica.
Yeah, 80
wow.
million. So
18
it's a lot.
million. So
18, sorry.
Wow. Wow. 18 million. Wow. Wow. That, yeah, I could see that.
We
So,
can find, but it would take a what like it would take an extra effort, to find
and extra money.
and well, yeah, depends, babe. Not everybody going to spend thousands on places. Some places you can find, that's perfect, within your budget and thing, but it's gonna take a while, you
Yeah,
know.
because it's really going to take a while.
Yeah.
Because the average waiting list is like 12 years. I mean,
Really?
the
whoa.
average
All
house
right.
purchase price average
I
is like
retract what I just said.
half a million euro.
I retract what I just said, right? It's very expensive and it can be difficult. It can be difficult.
All right. All right. So I am winding down with my questions, and listen, I appreciate you all, spending some time with me away from your project, which
No
which again
problem.
I'm excited about.
No problem.
Um, so one of the questions I typically ask is that it's a scenario, and here is a scenario. You get on the plane, you
Hmm.
land in Jamaica, you get off the plane. What's that first thing you're doing? Whether it be, some people is kiss the ground, jump in the sea, go to this person and buy this food or whatever. What's that first thing that you're doing when you land?
Why am I to do that to me? Melana Mobi or Melana Kingston?
Whichever. All right. So
All
I guess
right.
us two scenarios because it's on
All
a
right.
but
Yeah, man. I remember say almost 4 years my there and I'm done plan it out, you know. And
all
every
right.
time I've landed in Jamaica, this is like a ritual that I've done, you know. So if it's Kingston, right, we're gonna drive, we're gonna get a coconut from that stretch right there, by the airport. I'm gonna have to drink a fresh coconut water. That's the first thing. I have to wash off my heart. You understand, right? And for those who know, oh no, no, matter you have to go to KFC. Even if I forget two like a piece of chicken, I have to go and stop at KFC and get one of the biscuit. Nowhere else in the world tastes
Nah,
like or
man, you have to
KFC.
go when you land at Mobile. You have to go get a red stripe after like 11 hour. Like remember, Teddy took me there. Like the bass player.
Mobino, yeah,
I
me.
have to give Teddy props. It's one of the two best beers I ever had in my life. In my life.
Red stripe. If it's Mobino, cool red stripe
At the pier, like
at the pier.
All
Yes.
right. All right.
Different scenario.
So the KFC thing I can relate to. Trust me, I know one day. The KFC thing. I remember once visiting and the last day I was leaving, I'm like, I haven't had no KFC yet. And on the way to the airport, I'm like tearing it up.
I feel. I feel.
So one of the questions I had is about Netherlands is this one. If there was an activity, a festival, an attraction, something that if I was to visit or one of our viewers was to visit and say, listen, you have to experience this. You have to see the sunset. It could be go see the sunset here. Go on the hill and look at this view, or go to this festival, or experience this at this market or whatever. What would that one thing that you would say, you'd say, do that if you visit the Netherlands?
I would say a wonderful thing to experience is that bike trail, the one that long bike trail. What is the name of it, babe? That has the lights. It lights up at night. It's a long bike trail. You can ride for miles and miles and go to
Rondje
different
Eindhoven.
coach. What is it called?
Rondje Eindhoven.
Ronche Eindhoven, right? I really like that because, even though when you travel, you always want to go see things and do this and do that. You see, with the bike trail, to come from another country, especially, I don't think a lot of countries have bike lanes like the Netherlands. I don't think a lot of countries also have like this cycling culture. But imagine if you could get on your bike and ride from, say, Kingston to say Spanish Town, then even possibly to like Ochi. Just imagine, right? There are stuff along the way too, and that you could do. It's the nature, the landscape. It's just breathtaking, and I cannot mention the Netherlands without mentioning Amsterdam. If you come to the Netherlands, you have to visit Amsterdam. Not just because of the food and everything, but the architecture, the history, the culture, the fact that in Amsterdam too, it's like a melting pot as well. For me, when I feel like I need a hit of like culture, I need to be around some black people or something for a little while. You see me? I need for hear some African music or something. I'm being blunt. I go to Amsterdam, because you have everyone there, and the landscape, the architecture is just it's amazing. So
There's a line of question that I didn't ask you, and you kind of just reminded me, and I opened the door to it.
okay.
Being Jamaican and being black, how has that experience been? Because I know I've heard people say, people want to touch their hair, people want to, there's all that. And again, Netherlands, I believe, from what I've heard, I'm not trying to be stereotypical, is fairly progressive. And so,
Fairly, they're getting somewhere. I'm very transparent and truthful when it comes to this. We all know that Netherlands has this thing during the Christmas called Zwarte Piet, where they celebrate Sinterklaas and all that stuff. And there's been many changes over the past couple of years where people are like, hold up, this isn't okay, you know. Even the Dutch have been like, wait a minute, because even you have Dutch who, growing up, they were taught, oh, the person came down the chimney and this is how they look, but now they're learning like, hey, hold up, this isn't that doesn't make sense. So if they came down the chimney, why are they wearing a wig with kinks? Their hair texture wouldn't change, you know. So I say that to say that there is progress. Here I move freely here. I've had certain instances where I've I've experienced racism in a commercial setting, I would say. Yeah, it wasn't nice. It wasn't a great experience. It was dealt with in a good manner, but it's not something that you buck upon like every day like that. It's literally a society that is multicultural and everything, but you have some people way backward. Like you have a percentage where them backward and them are come from way back when and ignorant.
But
I don't know how else to that is just the honest truth, you know?
every predominantly white Western society right now
Come back in. Come, bring him back in the frame. Come
He's
back
here
in the frame.
putting sauce on the bread. Come on, baby. But it's progressive, but that's one of the reasons, like, you know, spaces like this, because I was watching something the other day where it was like a program on YouTube where they were talking about Jamaica, and I saw a kid come out with these locks, and he was like, yes, Irie, Jamaica, I and I pray
He
to
wasn't
the
even black.
Rasta. And I'm like, if this is what you think Jamaicans are or what Jamaica culture is, oh my God, we have a lot to do. You
At
understand?
one point he went down and he said some Muslim prayer.
Yeah,
It was
it
really
was
weird.
weird. So it was,
Wow.
people
Wow.
don't know. Some people truly do not know. And that's because they've never been exposed. And
Right.
all they've learned is from what they hear or what they experience in their bubble, you
I
know?
see. I see. And you all have a three year old, right?
Yeah.
And and congrats on that, a toddler. I can't imagine the work you all are doing there, and then and when you get back home. but
Yeah,
but it sounds like you're talking patois to him, and your husband is talking Dutch.
Yeah, with
English, patois, Dutch.
Dutch, yeah.
And he has all three down packed. Like, don't mess with him. Like, when he gets upset or if I bother him, the patois come out, man. The cha, what?
Gwe.
Gwe. Yeah, man. I make sure I say, me not leave him hanging. Me not leave him hanging, man. Me not want him go to Jamaica or, you know, in a Jamaican environment and I know what go on. I'm have to know them things there. So him
I see.
learn, him learn the patois, and then daddy now, daddy speaks Dutch to him. So they conversate, and you know, sometimes I understand most of the stuff, you know, but like they conversate mostly in Dutch.
Oh, wow. All right. So I know y'all have to get back to work. I have my final question, and it is this one. What is the most informal way? And Alec, I want you to teach me now. Your husband knows this already. So
Yeah.
you're going to teach me. What's the most informal way? Like we Jamaicans say, little more, you know, or catch up on a strong, or
Oh,
late my youth, or whatever. What's the
I'm
most
gonna step on
my
it.
habits, my habit,
You have
man.
the stage, babe.
Ready?
What's the most informal way that you would say, goodbye in Dutch?
You could say fijne dag nog.
That's not informal.
Okay.
Oh, that's formal. That's me being polite. Oh,
Yeah.
oops, retraction. I take that back. Tot ziens.
Totsiens?
Ziens, right? Or
All right.
doei.
Wait.
The easiest,
Which one? Totsiens or Dewey? Is it Tui or
the
Dewey?
easiest one is doei. Doei is like later.
All right.
Doei.
Listen, Alek, thank you. Is there a website where people can start to watch this project or nothing out there
Well,
yet?
we haven't. We're developing the website and everything. We're keeping everything on the lock until Dutch Design Week, which is like
Okay.
we're gonna do the launch and everything. Reason being because Dutch Design Week is such a big thing. We're just gonna
Right.
do it. You know, we don't
All right.
want.
So
Yeah,
you will keep me updated and we'll get the word out at Jamaicans.com.
yeah,
Thank
man,
you.
definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're so
You
sweet.
know?
I want to say thank you for what you're doing, with Jamaicans.com. I don't know if you hear it or people, but I love what you're doing. Thank you so much for inviting us.
Yeah.
And keep on doing it, man. I
Thank
thank you so
you.
much.
Whenever you're in the neighborhood, just
You
give
must
us a
come
call.
visit,
We'll
of course,
visit.
babe. You must visit.
Yes, definitely. So as they say in Netherlands, let me make sure I get it right. Dewey.
Doei.
Show some love now. Hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you don't miss a video.